herbs are super great at bringing in all sorts of like bees and butterflies and things like that to help pollinate your garden. And the fall is a perfect time to get a lot of these herbs started. And I will say, especially things like parsley and cilantro, and a lot of those you can start by seed indoors. Um, some of these plants are going to be a little bit more difficult to start by seed, but there you can definitely still do it, and the biodome will make you have a whole lot more success than if you did it somewhere else, because it's just that perfect environment right there in the biodome. So it really helps to get all of the even the more challenging seeds, which are the herbs, the more challenging ones to sprout for you and do better. So I will say that. And then I do want to talk a little bit about the other way to start herbs, which is by propagating herbs. So if you have a herb plant that you really like already that you want to take cuttings from, or if you know somebody that has some herbs that are really, doing well that you really like the taste of, propagating them is a really great way to save money and also to make sure that you get the exact plant that you want. So it's really simple. You just go through and you cut off some of the tips. So things like thyme, oregano, rosemary, things like that are going to do really well by propagating. Also like mint, those also will do amazing. Um, Super simple. You just go through. I have a video showing exactly how we go through and do it, but here's a few just quick screenshots about what we do. We just take the cuttings and then we take the leaves off of the bottom, and then we dip it in this take root, which is a rooting hormone. You don't necessarily have to use that. I just feel like it can help boost it too and just make it go a little bit faster. And then you can either put it into, just like, honestly, if you're trying to do it super fast and easy, you could just put it into a cup, a water bottle, something like that. It's just by simply putting it in those, like, you can help to have a little mini greenhouse environment, and they'll do really well for you no matter what you do. They just want to be in some water, and then you'll see some roots starting to form off of the top. And then you can go through and plant them, and just make sure you keep those roots moist whenever you do go through and plant them. And also, if you were going to be going through, like, you can go through and plant them directly into a biodome too. I do a lot of this like over the winter time, especially too. It's like the perfect time to go through and propagate. I'll go through and make a whole bunch of different like rosemary plants and all that. And you can just go through and make a bunch of different cuttings and just pop them into each one of those little biodome sponges and put the dome on top, and it works really well because you can just put water onto the bottom and those sponges just soak up the water from below, and it works really well. So I highly recommend, if you want to do a bunch of propagating, that's also a really great way to go about doing it too. And the fall is a really good time to be planting a bunch of different herbs and all of that. So it is definitely a great time to go about doing it.